Hey, I'm Kay, just a girl making ridiculously crazy builds in The Sims. Come check them out. If you were here last week, then you would have heard me say, maybe I should build his university next. And I kind of took that to heart, so welcome to the School of Archaeology. Unfortunately, I didn't call it the University of Simmons, and I probably should have. So we are here in University Village of Brightchester checking out possible lots for our build. And guess what? There are none. There are no lots to build on that do not already have something. So we're going to go with this spot here. And ta-da! Magic of filming. I've already built it. And now we're going to go check it out. Here it is. I never changed the name. It still says Darkwing Duck House. So that's cool. Maybe I'll change that. I don't know. Here it is. So this school was literally built after the moment I said maybe I should build Professor DumbleDorf's university. He needed a place to practice his skills of archaeology. So here it is. This is a 2-story school in the front. The back building is housing for students. It can house up to 8. Unfortunately, I can only name this lot specific things, so I can't make it a multi-use lot in this world, which completely sucks because I put in a bar / cafe area. I've put in like a little gift shop, not gift shop, but like school store, like all universities, colleges have stores in them so you can buy their expensive books. I've put that in there and I can't make it's a standalone business, which is insane. So really, you should put this build in the world that you can do that in. So I ended up just listing this lot as university hangout spot because that was an option, like a hangout spot for students. So that's what I thought would fit best, where I could still have a bunch of students hanging around, not really doing too much. I couldn't name it like a school so that they could go to school on the upper level here. I couldn't name it like a business because it's a multi-use lot. However, I can't use it as that in this world. So I thought it was best to just name it a student hangout so that they could still all be hanging around. And then I just pretend like they're doing what they're supposed to. So there's student housing, but no one technically lives there. There's the school rooms up top, but no one actually studies there. There's this store right here with the clothing that nobody buys, which is kind of nice because then everything is still there and I don't have to keep adding things to my shelves. So that's kind of a bonus. Professor DumbleDorf is still able to come to this lot and pretend to work. So that's fine, I guess. If you've seen last week's video, I built his home. And so he can travel from his home in another world and come here and quote unquote work, or is it quote work, quote unquote, whatever, makes no sense. And yeah, he can come here and just hang around. You'll see that later on. But for now, we're going to go through this walkthrough tour. We're up on the 2nd level right now. We're going to go into the classroom that is dedicated to the dinosaurs, basically. There are only, at least the packs I have, very minimal dinosaur memorabilia. We've got a picture there, the skull that I've shrunk down, and a stuffed animal that I've put back in the cubby hole there. So it still gives off the idea that is the dino room. Anyway, did I not show the room on the other side? Huh. Now I'm thinking I didn't show you that room. Or am I going to go up the other stairs? I don't remember. Let's find out. Are we going to go up the other way? Nope. Okay, so I didn't show you the other room. Well, darn. The other room is the room for ruins and pottery. if they found Atlantis, they would be studying about it in that room. That's the room for that. So there's only 2 specific rooms: dinosaurs and old buildings you dig up. So that's all we need. Anyway, now we're back in the dorms. There are 2 dorm rooms on the main level. And then the upper level here, there are also 2 more dorm rooms and a laundry room. And then a little hidden ladder, which you can kind of see right there, going up to a space that I left unfinished because I thought it would be fun that if you want to download this, you can go into the gallery and download it, and you can put whatever the heck you want up there. So it's just a fun little space that I've left for you to design yourself because I might have forgot to do something in there. Now, if you have insane attention to detail, you would have noticed during the whole spin around of the exterior of this build, there was something built in the ground. So there is a roof structure on the ground. Now we are going to get to that real soon. We're just going to bust through this window because I thought that was the best way to get into filming these spaces because they're so small. Like it's basically two square room going aside and 1 square hallway here. That's all they need. This lot was so small for the big ideas that my brain was having. So I fit everything I wanted to, just miniaturized. Anyway, dorm rooms are normally miniature, aren't they? I don't know. I never stayed in a dorm room. I had an apartment. Anyway, let's get past that fanciness. Here we go. Ta-da! There's a roof on the ground because there is dinosaur bones underground. How cool is that? I think it's cool. It's a school of archaeology. So of course we're going to have an underground bone display. Let's go check it out. But we're actually not because we need our buddy here to take us downstairs because I couldn't get the proper angle of filming to do it without him being there. He's going to help me out. So we're going to go find him. He is swimming in fall. That's fine. I guess he's not cold. He seems super chill. Not in the cold term, but in the happy term. We're going to stop what he's doing and demand that he travel to work, which we're just going to say travel because I can't say travel to work. We're just going to say travel, and then we're going to tell him to stop swimming. Actually, no, I'm going to let him finish swimming. We're just going to speed it up. Yeah, let's just speed it up. You can finish what you're doing. That's fine. And now we're going to wait until he's like, check my phone, because that's how I travel. And let's go. Okay, where do we want to travel to? Well, we don't want to be in this world, because that's not where the university is. We're going to go over here. Travel with DumbleDorf to his pretend work. Here we go. And here we go. Now, here we are back where we need to be so that Professor DumbleDorf, who apparently showed up to the lot in his bathing suit, highly inappropriate, Professor DumbleDorf. That is not professional whatsoever. Anyway, he's going to check out the basement so that we can check out the basement. He doesn't look impressed. Anyway, we have basically water heaters and pipes where they would be located underneath the rooms necessary. We have this room here with garbage cans underneath where there are garbage chutes upstairs, because that's where they would be. Oh, Professor DumbleDorf's like, what do you want me to do now? Okay, just give me a second here. I'm going to tell you what to do. We're going to check out the dinosaur. Okay, take 2. Let's try this again. Swing around and hopefully we'll go through the door. There he goes. All right. Look at this. Down this hidden hallway, surrounded by a glass enclosure, is a giant T-Rex skull. Because that's our only options in the game. That I have, at least. I don't know if there's more. Anyway, Professor DumbleDorf is in his bathing suit, eating some food, which I don't know where he got that from. Like, there's no fridge down here. Where did he just all of a sudden bring out food from? Not this place. He hasn't been here yet. But he's going to be here in a minute because I hired someone to deal with the cafe buffet back in the back. And Professor DumbleDorf's going to come in here and he's going to bartend. in his bathing suit. But fun fact is, because it's not a real business, no one's going to show up. So they're just going to stand there like, where's all the people? Nobody's here. There's no party. I never set up a party. It's just two guys hanging out in a business that's going under. It's not doing very well. Now, just because it's not an active business doesn't mean I don't want to make sure that all of the features work. So I put these chairs kind of close together. So I needed to make sure that a sim can sit in the most awkward of all chairs, which means he could get into all of them. So we'll make sure that he can get into this one. Obviously, if he's going there, he can. He's not saying, help me, I can't. Because they normally do that before even attempting to try. They automatically are like children that freak out and they're like, I can't. Okay, well, at least try first. Anyway, here are some of the locals of the area. I also put 3 mailboxes in here. Just because one would be for the dorms, one would be for the one business, and one for the other business, or one for the... I guess we need 4. One for the school itself. Whatever. It's not like I'm going to use them. Anyway, it's a very active place. Oh yeah, we had to make sure that he could use this awkward toilet that I shoved in this wall hole. And he can. So there was him peeing super fast. He pees sitting down. And then as I was moving out to film other things, I saw this cool guy. He's obviously the mascot. I haven't played this I haven't played this world, actually. I just build in other worlds all the time. Probably because this one had no place to build a giant structure. And I love building like giant ones. Anyways, look at this guy. He's just hanging out on the bench. I'm glad I put benches everywhere, because they are coming in handy. Anyway, just to make sure also that the dorm rooms worked. That's a tongue twister. Anyway, I had DumbleDorf in his elderly age crawl up this top bunk and make sure that he could sit there, because I had put shelves in this view. You can see I put shelves on the walls, and I wasn't too sure if he could still access the bed with those shelves there, and they weren't going to be in the way or an issue, and they're not. So that's great. Now we're going to have him go up and show you that secret space here that you can do whatever you want with. A hidden games room, a place where DumbleDorf can just go and hide. Anything you want. Now back to the floor plans, because I actually didn't show those yet. I got too caught up with the live video feeds. Anyway, there's the cool dinosaur head underground, kind of like the Louvre, but not. We've got some skylights going over the classrooms, one going over the lounge area upstairs in the main building. But we're going to head back to the dorm building to check that one out. So we will start with the 4th floor here, which technically isn't a floor. It is a open room down to the 3rd floor here, which we've left DumbleDorf in to hang out in the room of nothing. We go down the ladder here to the 3rd floor of the dorms, where there are 2 dorm rooms, a laundry room in the middle, and 2 double-sized stairwells on either side. I did also forget to finish the laundry room. I had more intentions where I was going to put shelving on the one side. I basically just left a cleaning bucket in there and was like, done. Anyway, dorm room number 1 or 4, whatever we want to name that. Another identical one on the other side. Super basic, just bathrooms, desks, and beds. The ones on the main floor here are a little bit more detailed because I had the space of underneath the double stairwells to use. I put little kitchenettes in there. So the ones on the main floor, they get little kitchenettes and fake desks. They can't really use those as real desks. I mean, I guess you could put a laptop on the one section of it. I didn't, but you can if you want. Anyway, it's everything that they would need to use it as a dorm room if they actually could. I actually do like that I put it as a hangout space in the options menu, because there are tons of students hanging out right now and it looks pretty cool. Anyway, the main building here has a walkthrough right in the middle that you can access to washrooms and 2 staircases here going up to the 2nd level. And then there's another hallway off to the one side that goes straight through that accesses the bar slash buffet, cafe, cafeteria area. In behind the built-in cafeteria, I put a little fridge back there because technically they would need a fridge. So I just shoved that in that random space. What else did I do? Put a little table area out front here for them to hang out at. Only 2 people at a time though. There's only 2 people tables. Anyway, other hallway on the other side accesses the shop, and in behind there is a little office and little washroom for the shopkeeper. And a little outdoor space that I was hoping I could put like clothing hangers out there, but they don't have the stand-alone clothing holders that are in shops. I forget what those are called. I used to actually work retail and know the name of those. I don't. I wish they had that in the retail pack because those are handy. Anyway, yeah, let's take a look upstairs. Are we going upstairs? No, we're going to look at the back patio for a second with the trees. I'm just going to point at the people in the trees. Yeah, nobody cares. Let's go upstairs. Now, the 2nd level has a sort of lounge in the middle area with some book shelving, display shelvings, and 2 built-in benches in the windows. We did see the dinosaur room in the walkthrough video here with the chalkboard, the fancy desk and chair and blah, 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 all that fun stuff. But what I didn't show you was the room on the other side, which I'm so sorry because that one's super cool as well. That one is the ruins room. So it has a different setup with the chairs, and it has a bunch of chalkboards. It has a pottery wheeler thing in the back and some fancy pots from some ruin somewhere. Anyway, yeah, lots of fun stuff in there. So if you want to see it, you're gonna have to download it, I guess, because I don't want to go back and put an image in the video. The video is almost done. Let's not do that. Instead, let's show you the basement. So the basement's pretty basic. There's nothing going on except water heaters, which is also why you cannot list this property as a dorm room, because one of the requirements is you're not allowed to have water heaters, which makes absolutely no sense. Why? A dorm building would have a water heater. Like, you're not gonna have cold water. These kids are paying like thousands of dollars. They deserve to have a water heater. That's just weird. Anyway, the garbage bins in the back, which the ones at the very top are located directly under the garbage chutes upstairs. Hallway back to the dinosaur head and benches to sit and stare at it. So that's pretty awesome because this video is dedicated to the prehistoric era. May the dinosaurs rest in peace. Except for those being cloned using fossilized mosquitoes. Probably should have named my professor Dr. Grant.